it's kind of a rainy day to be sitting out here on the lake fishing, but you know, I'd like to catch a fish today before it's too late. Oh, the phone's ringing. Let's see who that is. Oh, it's my son. Hello.
Dad, someone's trying to take the tractor.
What do you mean somebody's trying to take the tractor?
I don't know, just come on to the barn.
All right, I'll be right there. Oh, man. Well, so much for fishing today. Can't believe somebody's trying to take... I don't know why somebody would be trying to take our tractor. Unless it's the bank. I know I've been behind a little bit on some bills, but let's hop in here and get up to that barn really fast and see what tractor they're looking at. We kind of need every tractor we have. This field here on our left, I mean, that's our sunflower field. I mean, oh, what do I do? I really hope they're not taking anything. Well, it does look like there's a truck up there with our equipment already loaded up on it. Goodness. Yep, that's our newer tractor too. The only tractor big enough to pull anything. Oh, and they're taking the cultivator as well. Darn it. Hey, buddy, what are you doing? Hey, the bank just told me to come and load this stuff up. Apparently you haven't been paying your bills. What do you mean, man? Well, you need to get down and visit the guys at the bank. Fine. Whatever, I'll get down there and I'll talk to the banker. Wow, I can't believe it. Man. I should have been paying the bills, I guess, on it. I mean, I don't have any money. $1,200 is all I got in the account. Well, there that goes. Great. I guess I'll run down to the bank and see what the banker's talking about. Why he's taking. Hopefully that's all he's taking. Everything else here is just part of the farm loan. I owe $250,000 in all this. I knew someday they'd be wanting their money back. Just a little sooner than I wanted. Here it is, only spring. I mean, I'm not going to have money till harvest. And I got this field ahead of us. It's ready, but gosh. Let me run down to the bank and see what they can do for us. See if they can let us keep everything else and try to get through harvest. Hopefully they give us a little bit of an extension on our window to try to get that loan payment done. But we'll see when we get there. You know, times have been getting kind of rough here on the farm after Dad passed, and just trying to make ends meet. I really didn't think this would come this soon. Spin around here and go see what the banker has to say. I mean, we've got to have the equipment we have, and of course there's our tractor and cultivator. My goodness. All right, let me run in here real quick and see what he can do for us. Well, that didn't go the best. Ended up losing most of our land. They renegotiated everything. Now we have a $250,000 debt. But our problem is we have till the fall, till harvest time, to have it all paid off, or they're going to take the rest. Oh boy, that's going to hurt. Losing almost everything. But hey, got to pay your bills. I wasn't doing it. And they came and took a lot. But, you know, it's just part of doing business. We'll get back and we'll try to pick up the pieces that we have and wait till this rain to stop, and then we'll go start working in the fields. Let me head back to the house and hook up a tractor. I know that we have that sunflower field left that we drove by next to the lake. And that's one field that needs sprayed today. We'll go ahead and spray it. And we'll show you around the farmland. Let me get back and show you everything. Well, this is back where we started. We have this farm ground here on our left. This is our equipment we have that the bank hasn't taken back yet. I am so thankful they let us keep the combine. And that's one of the main reasons why our loan is still $250,000. We own quite a bit still on that combine. But we got a little bit of equipment in here, our fertilizing equipment and spraying equipment. Of course, what I need is that sprayer there in the back So I'll have to pull a tractor later to get that out. We have our seeder and just some small implements here and there, planter over there. We do have a little bit of grain. I think this is kind of the collateral they were looking at. Come up here, we got, it's only 5,700 liters left of wheat because we do have some chickens. I'll run over to the distance there and I will show you guys what the chickens we have. And we do have 2 fields over here. There we go. This is our wheat field. That'll be ready in a few months. Of course, our house up here. Now we were, actually, I should say Dad had started this project. He started building a new building here. A little garage type deal, but you kind of ran out of the money, didn't get that finished, so that's another thing we have to kind of finish up on. We do have the small greenhouse here. Of course, we need to get some water pumped into it. Right now everything's dead, which is just springtime, so I mean, just now time to get things started there. We do have some chickens. We do have 15 egg-laying chickens here. Hopefully that'll bring in a little bit of income. They don't produce too many eggs, but every little bit will help. We do have a little bee station over here, not giving us too much honey right now. We do have quite a bit of hay in here, actually. Got 24,000 liters of hay. And one last field up here. This is our canola field. Hoping to get that harvested soon as well. And then the only other field we have up by the sawmill, we have a little, there's actually a house we were going to rent, but it needs some remodeling work. And there's a little grass field there with all of our hay equipment next to that. Then, of course, we still have that sunflower field that I showed you when we first started. Let me get that sprayer hooked up, and we'll go spray the sunflower field, and I'll also show you our little grass operation where we do all the hay work. Well, it looks like my son's over here helping out. He must have known I needed to get to the fertilizer. Alright, I wish it would just stop raining a little bit. Let's hop in the Agco Alice here. They're fired up. Now we keep the herbicide tank in the shed here for winter so it doesn't freeze. Only problem is it barely fits in there. So let me try to get back in here real quick and see if I can get it. And I'll show you the steps I have to go through trying to get it out. Let me get her hooked up. So when we pull out of this thing, the sprayer's up in the air, so it'll hit the door. So we've got to lower it. The thing is, when we lower it, it catches the floor plate here. So then we got to raise it as we pull out. It's got to be just timed just right. It's a pain, but need a bigger building, and I know that's what that new building we're wanting to build is, as soon as we can get the material. We do have a sawmill, so I could actually operate the sawmill, get some lumber in it. So I'll probably have my son in a little bit start cutting down a tree or two, and then we'll get some logs up to that. Of course, I don't have any money to buy any equipment. Thankfully, I have the chainsaw, but I'll spin up there and I'll show you what our little operation is up by the hay field. This is our hay field here on our left, our sawmill, and that was the house I was telling you about that we need to get fixed up someday so we can maybe rent it out. But maybe a little later I'll have the boy come up and cut down a tree or two, and we'll get that sawmill fired up. But we do have a little bit newer Deutz tractor down here, along with all of our seasonal grass equipment. They did want to kind of take that tractor, but thankfully they didn't know where it was at when they came to repossess the other one. So they loaded the cultivator instead, which is okay. I mean, we do still have all the equipment we need to get by. We do have a smaller cultivator which works out good because these tractors can handle that. We get over here, make sure nobody's coming. Kind of top of the hill, kind of a pain to see, but get this thing unfolded real quick. And we will spray this one field we have here. Of course, we had several other fields that they took from us in that repossession. They refinanced everything, but you know what? We can get by. We got enough, I think, to be able to get that loan paid off come fall. Let me get this GPS set up here. GPS makes life so much easier. We'll go ahead and turn this on and go with it. But I'll spray this all up and we'll see you when we get this one done. Well, this field should be done. Should be good enough to go for the rest of the year. Get her folded up, and I think the son and I, we're going to start cutting some lumber down, or trees down, start that sawmill, and we're either going to start using it to build that garage, or we will end up selling some too. So we kind of need the money to have $250,000 by the end of harvest season. That's going to be pushing it close, but I think we can do it, especially with all this timber we have. I mean, we have tons of timber around here, as you can tell. I mean, these are some. Only problem is they're kind of horrible trees to deal with. This is not the best timber in the world. All right, he should be up here somewhere. So we're just going to find a tree to cut down, and let's see. Trying to find a nice, easy one to cut, and there are none. Not much else we can do when it's raining. I think we're going to go ahead with this one here. We'll just go ahead and cut it up and start processing it. Here we go. First tree. There we go. Timber. Oh, right into another tree. All right. That away. Don't need a flashlight. Have the sun come over here. All right, let's go ahead here and let's start chopping this thing up, and we'll get some of this cut up and haul it up to the sawmill and get that all started. Well, I had to cut them fairly small for our tractor to be able to pick them up. It's a pretty big tree. Kind of need bigger equipment, and it's not going to even stay on the forks. Shucks. That's a problem cutting them too small. They don't want to stay on the forks. Cutting them too big, the tractor can't handle it. Of course, we're not going to get very long planks out of this. We'll have to just probably do short planks with that. But I'll get some more of this on here, and we will get that thing fired up, and we'll just go ahead and make small planks with this first tree we have. And maybe a little later we can find a better tree to work with. I mean, there's really not much trees in this to make this look good. So he's still down there trimming that one up pretty good. There's a lot of branches on that monster. Let me finish bringing this all in and get her fired up. Well, I got most of this tree all chopped up. Just a couple logs left, but I think that's going to do it for right now. We're going to go back to the house, sleep for the night, and wait till this rain quits and see what we can work on in the morning. See you in the morning. Well, here we are in the month of May, and our finances aren't looking too good. Right now, the bank's already called. We're in the hole. We have no money. The interest on the loan itself is costing us more than we can make. But, you know, our grass field is ready, so we're going to go ahead and make some grass. And now that it's warm enough, we don't have to worry about this greenhouse freezing, so we're going to go ahead and fill it. We got our water here. Get this thing started. I think we're probably going to do some tomatoes. I think hopefully will pay really well. Looks like tomato plants growing there. Let me go inside and verify that I have the right thing. I hate to get started and not have the right fruit going. Alright, we have maybe nothing going. Nah, something's got to be on. Yes, it is tomatoes. Perfect. So, alright, we'll wait till we get some tomatoes here, and I will swap over, and I will drop this tank off, and we will actually go over and start mowing that field. Ended up grabbing the Deutz because we have a front 3-point on it, and I'm going to actually mow with the front 3-point because I believe that's, I think, how this mower is actually designed to do it. Just the way the mower blades are. If you look, the mower blades are actually in the front, so it's meant to be pulled in with the front 3-point. This way we can hook up to the rake, and my son can follow behind in the baler. We're just going to do silage bales this time so we can make a little bit more money with that. Get hooked up here. Boom, there we go. Alright. And the field we go. I mean, like I said, don't want to go off the edge there. That's kind of steep. It's not the biggest field, but it should do fine. Get this all unfolded. Wait for that to drop all the way. Go and start. Drop and start. Here we go. Whew, I think I got enough weight there. Make sure we're raking it as we go. Oh, no, we're not raking like that. Let me back up. Turn on the right one. Get these controls figured out. Drop that down. There we go. Alright. Back to where we were. But I'll mow this and we'll see how many bales we can get out of it. Probably not a whole lot, but I do like that we do have the quick baler, so it shouldn't take too long to wrap these up. Of course, as long as I can go quick enough to get this all mowed. Of course, I'm mowing around the edge too. I'm going to try to get as much as I can. This field still has some stones in it, but well, that's okay. We haven't even made one bundle of those planks yet. Not even one. It's been a whole month. That is not going to pay the bills like I thought it would. I thought it would be doing okay with having that available, but it doesn't look like we're going to. And this tractor barely has the power to do the job, but it can do it. Plus it's doing it both at one time, so it speeds up the process. But I'll go ahead and we'll bale this and see how many bales we can get. Well, here we go. Got all that finished up. See if I can shut everything off. Boom, boom. Alright. Go park this thing and see how many bales the sun got off of it. Right. Shut this off real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 bales. Yeah. As soon as they ferment, that'll bring us a little bit of money. I think these are probably the small ones. Yeah, only 3,500 pounds, or liters, but that's okay. It's something. Well, we finally got our very first pallet of planks. And with our income the way it is in the hole, we're actually going to go ahead and sell this one. There's a museum just down the road, not too far away. And that's where we're going to take it. Try to get enough money to be able to finish this episode in the positive. We started with, I believe it was $1,242 in our bank account when our tractor was repossessed and the bank was all figured out. But we'll see what we can have when we get this thing sold. See if we'll be higher than we were or if we were actually worse than when we started. Let's find out together. Alright, here we are at the old museum. It's going to be a nice thing when they get this thing all finished. I know they need a lot of material to try to keep it going, but it'll give us a little bit of money. That's what I care about. Let's see what we come out with here. Drop it and run. No, let go. Come on. Off my forks. There. I must need to push it back in. Oh, no. I'm stuck in the dirt. There we go. Whew. It's like FS22 all over again. Oh, yeah. That's plenty of money. 4,500 bucks. Well, we're over 4,000 in the plus. Well, after hopes of trying to make enough money here to be able to pay that loan off, we're going to end up mowing this field over here as well. It's just an open pasture ground. So I'm going to mow that, and we're going to work on some contracts in this episode in hopes to make a little extra money. But let me get this all mowed up. Then my son's going to come over. He's going to bale it and see how many bales we can get. And once it's fermented, hopefully we can get these to a good price sell point and make some money. So thanks for joining us. Well, that wraps up this field. I think we've got a lot of bales off it. This will really help when it's fermented. It should only take a couple months maybe, or a couple days in game. So it won't be too bad. I do see some good contracts. Let me get it out of the way so the boy can keep going. But the contracts here, they got some weeding contracts that look pretty good. Actually, this hoeing here, and that's $10,000. But I thought I saw a weeding contract that was even a little better. There, yeah, $19,000. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to borrow these items. I'm going to try to hit all of these weeding ones and see if the weeder will actually work for the hoeing as well. So we'll borrow these items, and I will drop this equipment off, and I will go on down with the pickup and pick up that new tractor and all the equipment needed. So we'll see you down at the shop. Alright, just got word from the boy that we got 27 bales off of that field. Like I said, though, from the last episode, they're actually the smaller bales, but that's okay. I mean, they'll fill up good. I think I am going to have to get a trailer. Now that we have this many bales, I'm definitely not going to use the forks on the little doits to haul all those bales. But I want to try to make a good 50,000 from this episode to get, a fifth of the way down on what we owe on this loan. But let me get down to that first field. I'll get it weeded and then on to the next one. Well, with this wide of a working space, we should get this done really quick. I don't think any other fields are near this big. So hopefully this one's not too big for that. But like I said, I'm hoping this will also work in the fields that need hoed, because that'll make a lot bigger opportunity for us to make a lot more money, especially when that other one's 10,000 plus this one's almost 20,000. So there's 30,000 of the 50 that we need. We still have the sawmill running, but it's so slow. It's not going to make much. Hopefully some more big contracts come up in the month of May to get us a little bit more of a boost, because it's going to be a little bit longer before our harvest is ready. I would like to find a harvest to use our combine in the time being to make a little extra. But I'll go ahead and get this. I think the boy is going to go do a contract on some deadwood. So that'll bring in a little bit of money. I think it's probably around 2,000. So every little bit will help. But let me do this and he will start that contract and see what we can get done in just a little bit of time. Here I am, minding my own business, doing a good job, and up on the screen pops up, you cut down the wrong tree. That's a $2,000 penalty. Well, the contract doesn't even pay $2,000, so now we're going to be in the hole trying to cut these deadwoods. Oh, great. But that's okay. I mean, we're still making good money here, and he's going to keep on cutting down other deadwood contracts, trying to make that money back. So that's not helping us with this contract, that's for sure. Trying to make this goal of making enough to get that $50,000. Can't have too many mistakes. But let me go ahead and finish this and see what we can collect. Alright, just finished up this contract here. I'm going to hop over and try to do some collecting. But first, I'm going to try to get this. It's a different kind of contract, but we're going to see if I can go ahead and use this weeder to do the job. But let's get over and collect on all these deadwoods that the sun has done. Collect that one. One of these has got a penalty. I'm not sure which one. So far they all look like they collected, but yeah, there is one of them did cost us $839. Wow. Losing money, but hey, we got a little over 2,000 for that, I think. Let me fold this thing up and we will head on over and start that next contract. Alright, here's our field. It's a different kind of crop for sure. These are more rows, so I'm sure it's not gonna... It may not work. It may not. I'm really hoping it does, but I do understand it is a completely different type of crop. And it is not getting rid of wheat. Well, oh, it's not down on the ground. Well, it'd help if I put it on the ground. Now let's see if it works. Nope, still not getting rid of any of it. Well, I'm not going to be able to do this contract then, because I don't have the right kind of equipment. We'll pull this thing out of the field and go find another weeding contract that we can do. Well, this wraps up the last weeding contract that is close by. So I am going to keep this tractor overnight just in case any new contracts come up. The boy's still doing some deadwoods, but let's go ahead and start collecting some of these contracts here, see what we can get. He's got a deadwood right here completed. We'll collect on that one. And then we're also going to collect this one. We're going to save the 76 field because that's what the equipment is on. But we'll collect this 4,000. And we will go ahead and skip till the next day and see if any good contracts come up. Well, this should give us enough weeding contracts wrapped up that we can skip on to June and hopefully get some good old harvest contracts where we can make a little extra money off harvesting. Because this weeding it's I've never weeded this much in my life. Let's just say that much. Kind of tired of weeding, so we'll go ahead. We'll complete these contracts that we have outstanding. See, we got a deadwood here. Collect that one. Boom, boom. Another deadwood. And then all these weeding contracts. 7,000 for that one. Another 2,800 for that. And last but not least, the big one. I thought that was 19,000. Now it's only 8. Oh, yeah, I guess it got the $600. Yep. So 18,000. Perfect. All right, 41,000. We'll go ahead and apply that to the loan, and we will advance to the next month. All right, well, here we are into a new month. Month of June, I was able to pay off $40,000 on the loan, getting us down to $210,000. With only $533 left, I'm just not going to give me enough money to actually lease a trailer to do those bales. So I need to find somewhere out here where I can make a little bit of money to get a bale trailer to sell those bales off, because they should be fermented enough. It looks like here we're actually out of water. It looks like I need to get a tractor over here and water our greenhouse, because our tomatoes are dying. But I do have some tomatoes. Wonder what we have here in our time-saving stock check. With tomatoes, I got $6,000. Our silage, $45,000. So yeah, we got to get that trailer going. Don't look like I've got enough lumber to do anything. Looks like I've just about got enough for another pallet of planks. But I'm not going to worry about those yet. But we do need to get some water into these tomatoes, and we will go ahead and load these tomatoes up in the back of the pickup and sell those at the small farmer's kiosk, wherever that is. So let's get some selling done. Well, there's some water. That should keep them going for a while. So we got these 4 bundles of tomatoes that we're going to run down and sell at the market here. I'll hop in, and hopefully the son, as soon as he gets done strapping those in, he'll hop in too, and we will run down and sell these off to hopefully have enough money to buy that trailer. Or not buy, because I'm not buying anything, because the bank won't probably sell us anything, but we will go ahead and lease a trailer. Hopefully we can find somebody that'll lease it to us. So see you in just a moment when we get down to the market. Alright, here we go. Let's get some money in the bank. First time I've ever sold this place. If you like tomatoes. Oh, I got a little bit more. There we go. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Over $6,000, over $7,000. Look at that. Looks like it shows up in there too. Oop, where am I at? There we go. Be neat if I can make more money when somebody comes by and buys that stuff. But now we got enough money, we can get that pickup trailer to load up those bales of hay. So let's get back to the farm with the trailer. I think I'll go ahead and lease this auto load trailer. That's just over $1,000, so that's not too bad. Let's get this back to the farm and get using it. Alright, looks like we got 27 bales out of this. I don't know how that last bale is holding on, but it is there. We still have the ones up by our hay field, but that's up by the sawmill. I'm not going to bother with that because I only got room for one more bale anyhow. So I'm going to run these up to the farmer's market, see what we can get that loan paid down. Alright, here we are at the farmer's market. Let's see if we can get these sold off. Let's see, boom, come on. There we go. Perfect. All but one bale made it. 36,000. I will go back and use a little bit of strength and throw that last one in. So we'll have an extra $40,000 to pay on this loan. There we go. Perfect. I'll apply that extra $40,000 to the loan real quick. And there we go. $80,000 paid off so far. We're on the way to making it. I think we might make it. Bad news is, though, if you look at the forecast, we have some severe weather coming tomorrow. Welcome into a new day here in Riverbend Springs as we are working on saving the farm. There was 2 really good mowing contracts come up, so we're taking our mower and rake with us, and my son will be following in a little bit with a baler, and we're going to bale some silage bales. Try to get a little extra money out of it for mowing it for the neighbors, because we want to put in a carpentry so when we cut down those deadwoods, we can actually make some money off of it, some real money. So let's get in the field and let's get to mowing. I'm sure you're thinking, come on, man. You can't bale this guy's grass after you mow it for him and get paid. Well, you know what? It's not my fault he didn't want to keep it. So I'm just doing him a favor by not only mowing it, but taking it off his land for him. We're not going to make a whole lot. He's paying us, well, like $3,000 to mow this field for him. By the time you figure driving up from your house, and your equipment, your fuel, I mean, you got some expense in it. But of course, he also lets us mow that field across the road. Now that one's an $8,000 field over there. That one's going to make us some money. But these bales, you know, as long as we can wait long enough to turn them into silage, that's where the real money's going to be. And I believe it was $20,000 to start that carpentry. So I'll go ahead and I will mow this up. The sun will come in a little bit and he will bale it. We'll load this off and store it. There you can see him coming down the road now. We'll store it at our house till they're done fermenting, and then we'll see if we can get enough money to go ahead and buy that new carpentry production. Well, we got the one field done, and now I'm started over here across the street, and I'm realizing, you know what, I may not have enough horsepower with this tractor to pull this hill, with all this equipment running at the same time. My problem is, it's the biggest tractor we got. I don't know, it might make it. I know I've harvested this field with a different tractor before, and it could not run the mower. But this one seems to be pulling it 8 miles per hour. That's not too bad. I'm not sure how much he got off that field over there. I'm not sure if I can zoom out. I can't zoom out enough to see his bales, but there are quite a few as you can see through the trees. I'll go ahead and we'll finish this field up, and we'll see how many total bales we got off of it. Then we'll grab the bale trailer and get these all loaded up. Like I said, store them at the house. And as you remember from the last episode, we do have a storm coming. I don't know when it's going to hit. It's sometime this evening, but if possible, tornadoes and hail damage and all kinds of stuff that we really don't want. And we need a good harvest, so I'm hoping the tornado and the storm does not hit the farm. Let me get this all finished up, and we'll see how much we get out of it. Well, I hope the farmer doesn't have a problem with us mowing his grass in the rain. And I also hope it's not damaging any of our bales. Ooh, the boy's right behind me. Not keeping up very well with this tractor in these hills, but we got most of it done, 81%. The contract is finished. A lot of bales off of it, so that is the good news. Should bring us some pretty good money once they ferment. But he's also telling me he's about out of bale wrap, and by running out of bale wrap, I only have $3,500 in the bank. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to buy any more bale wrap or not. We might just have to take the bales we got off of it and call it good enough. But I will finish this last 17% of the contract, and we'll load out. Well, we had to spend $1,200. He actually ran out of net wrap. He had some bale wrap still left, but he's going to run to the store and grab that pallet that we just purchased. He said he's about out of the bale wrap as well, but he's going to have to just try to get by, because it was $3,900 and we didn't have $3,900. So we're almost done, actually. Actually, the contract itself is done. We're just trying to get a few more bales out of it. As it's raining, can't do a whole lot else. But I will finish this one little pass here. We'll run back to the house and we will grab the bale loader and we'll start loading these bales up. Alright, here we are back at the fields. Pick up these bales. See if I can get it to load right. There we go. See how many total bales? I think we're probably going to fill this thing up at least once, maybe twice. And he's back working in the field, so he should be done very soon. He said it took 2 of those rolls of net wrap. He still has 3 left there at the shop. Eventually we'll have to get that loaded up in the back of the pickup and bring it back to our farm. But I'll load these all up and see how many we have. This bale here makes 47 bales off of those 2 fields. That's pretty good. I'm actually just storing these bales up by the sell point. As soon as they ferment, I'll come back, load them up, and deliver them. One problem I do have, I have universal auto load and these auto load trailers, both active at the same time, and it will not let me unload them. I can't just drop it to the side. All I can do is release it on the trailer and wait for them to fall off. So that's what we've been doing. We've just been pulling them off one by one. I'll get these dropped off. We'll go back to the farm and we'll see if we got enough money. Looks like the sun is actually here restacking them a little bit, making them look nice. But I'll drop the rest of these off and we'll go back to the farm and see what other contracts we can do to make a little bit more money. Well, I'm going to go ahead and take these bales we have here. These are fermented. They're worth about $9,000. And if we add that $9,000 to what we've made, or going to be making, on those two contracts we just did, we should have the $20,000 we need to put in that new production. So let me run these into town to the animal market, get them sold, then we'll complete those two contracts, and hopefully we don't have an issue with the bales that we just baled. Because we do have, let's see, what was that total? In grass, we have 164,000 liters of grass. It's already valued at $20,000. Well, you get that to ferment, that's going to be worth a lot more. So let me, like I said, run to town. I'll sell this, complete those two contracts, and we will see if we have the $20,000 we need to put in the newest production. Here we go. Let's see what we can make off of it. There we go. All right, $9,184. Stop here, we'll hop in, finish those contracts off, collect on that one, and collect on that one. Perfect. There we go. Now we got $23,000. We'll go back to the sawmill area where we're going to put the new production, and we'll go ahead and build it. Hopefully it won't cost us much to level that ground. I don't think it will. We might actually even have free landscaping on. I can't remember if I have that mod on or not. Let's go back and get that placed. Well, this is the carpentry I want to put in. I actually do not have free landscaping, so I had to pay some to level this ground. I'm trying to see how I want to place it because we drop the logs in this side on the left, and they'll come out on the right. Trying to make sure we get enough room to be able to do it, because we can put a new driveway in when we have more money. Just go ahead and place that right there. See how that looks. We'll do a little smoothing to get up here to this to drop the logs. You can also use planks, but we're just going to use those deadwood logs that he's going to go cut. And then this should be plenty of room over here to get the furniture out of. But as soon as it stops raining, he will go ahead and, actually I'll probably help him. I'll have to get some kind of log loader. We don't have a trailer right now to haul the logs, so we'll have to make a little bit of money to do that. We'll go ahead and wait for the rain to calm down a little bit, and hopefully that the big storms don't hit till late tonight. Well, this is kind of the calm before the storm. We took a couple hours off for the rain to set up, and we actually have a few hours of good weather to do some good logging, trying to get some of these deadwoods done, get them hauled to our production. What we don't need, we'll end up selling those deadwood logs, which are not going to bring much money, but a little bit. But as you can tell here, at a good old, 8 o'clock tonight, that's when the bad weather is going to hit. Also, the temperature drops from 91 degrees to 51 degrees. Wow! But here, let me get into town. We're going to lease some kind of pickup trailer. See if we can find a log transport. I was looking at this one here because we only have $1,800. So if I customize that, get rid of the crane, because we don't need that, that should be able to load a few logs. Not sure if it'll let me increase the height now. It's not going to let me do it. I was hoping I could actually change it just a little bit, but that's okay. We'll go ahead, lease this trailer for $918. That gets us down to less than $1,000. But that's something. I mean, we'll get in here, we'll get it picked up, find out where the boys working on those deadwoods at, and go start loading them. As I'm sitting here driving to the field, I was thinking about last time when the son, he cut down the wrong tree. And L Family Gaming Dad commented in the last episode, said, you know what, if you would make him pay that penalty out of his own money, I bet he would be more careful. I bet he would too. I mean, $800, is it $800? Is that the, no, it's $2,000. He's telling me $2,000 penalty by cutting down the wrong tree. I mean, that's a lot of money when the contract itself doesn't even pay $2,000. But we're about to the field up here on the left, or not really the field, but the timber. So I will hop off here and I will jump in that timber and start collecting some logs. Well, the rain has started again. Actually, this trailer here has only got 2 logs on it. He's got 2 more logs there for me. He's finished the contract, but like I said, the rain is starting to fall down, and seeing that little graphic in the top right, there could be a twister coming. So I'm just going to go ahead and get these into our production, get this started, start making some furniture with it. I hear that's supposed to pay pretty good, even with the deadwoods. That's to not have really any expense in these deadwoods besides this trailer here. It's not too bad. Hopefully I can make some good money off it. Let me get these dropped off at our production, and then we'll go sit at the house and watch the weather. Well, here we are at the production. Didn't have enough money to level this yet, so we'll try to get it up here as best we can. That should work. And there. Come on, unload them. Take them. Take them. Well, not wanting to unload. Maybe I can do it by hand. Let's see here if it'll take it this way. There we go. You know what? Maybe there's a trigger inside here. Well, it shouldn't. Open the door. Click on this. It's supposed to take wood, so we should be able to take wood just fine with this. And we will do it. We'll turn on the wood production. There we go. Now we just got to get these logs to take. Well, we had a little bit of problems with that. This production, although it says it takes lumber or wood, it did not. So I'm just going to deactivate that, and we actually just spawned in some wooden planks to fill the void of a broken mod. But there, we even tried a regular log and it didn't take it either. So now it's just going to produce the furniture using the planks. Which we got the planks that we can pull in from over there also. But we also have that building, or that garage we're trying to finish. But as you can tell, the tornado is getting ready to come, so we're headed back to the house and we'll watch the weather. See you in the house. As you can tell from our field, we've already have a little bit of storm damage. Hopefully it's nothing big that's happening. I mean, a little bit of hail damage and wind damage is okay, but a twister definitely is not going to do good. So I'm going to go in and turn on the TV and sit in our basement.
We have a breaking weather alert coming in from News Chopper 5. It looks like we are experiencing a fairly large tornado over the city of Riverbend Springs. If you live in this area, you better already be in a shelter. I'm getting word that we actually have a reporter alive and on the ground. Brittany, are you hearing me?
Yes, Mike, I am live in Riverbend Springs, and as you can see, this tornado is causing major structural damage. And if I can get a little closer, we will actually get a glimpse of the tornado up close.
Well, we ended up surviving the storm last night. Wow, Riverbend Springs, they did not fare near as good as we did. We do have a little bit of storm damage in our field down here, but nothing to really worry about. I think we're going to get a good harvest out of it. And it is ready. That's the good news. So we're going to hop in here, going to grab a combine and harvest this wheat field. It's actually going to be our first field to harvest. I'm hoping we can get a good chunk of our money out of it to be able to get that loan paid down. One problem is we don't have much money in our bank right now. So everything we get out of here pretty well puts us from $22 to whatever little bit we do get. We do have some tomatoes ready, so we'll be able to get those sold off. But let me hop into the combine and get this harvest started. I am thankful that they did not repo this combine. They were able to get that all figured in our loan to make it work for us. I mean, because it would be hard to get this one done without a combine. Get this thing unfolded real quick, and as you can tell right in front of us, there's a little bit of storm damage. You can see some kind of bald spots in the field. Oop, looks like we're not totally unfolded yet. There we go. Get this thing started off, and I will do a couple headlands here. I'm going to make sure we collect our straw to use that to try to make a little bit of money. Our bales up at the farmer's market where we dropped them off at, those grass bales, they are just about fermented. I think they were 92% when I last checked. So we should be able to harvest those soon. Not harvest them, but sell them. But yeah, here's one of the bad spots where we lost quite a bit of crop. But it's not too bad. A lot of other farmers had a lot worse than we did. So, but like I said, I'll get a couple headlands done and go from there. Just driving by the chicken coop, and boy, the chickens, they're just not producing hardly any eggs at all. I can't believe how horrible their production there's doing. And if I zoom out here, you can see the damage to this field. And we do have quite a few little spots that are missing, but the canola field over there, not one spot damaged. Canola harvest will be doing a lot better than this wheat harvest, but of course it's a much smaller field. I'm not sure if our sunflower field, if there's any damage over there or not. I have not even gone over to that field, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, we're already 70%. We haven't even got one headland done. So when I get to the end here, I'll probably just run over and start grabbing a wagon and start dumping this in it. And then I'll bring you all back when we get this field all finished up. Well, I ended up getting 54,894 liters of wheat out of that field. So I'm going to drop the last little bit in the bin here, and if we look, our silage is now fermented. And of course, I don't want to take it to the biogas plant, but let's check prices elsewhere, because we're actually right next to the farmer's market. And it's got $60,000 worth of silage. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to grab our trailer and run up there and load that up and sell it off. On our way up there, we're going to actually try to get rid of these deadwood logs from the last episode. Turns out I had not got the right update to Universal Auto Load. That's why I was not able to load these logs. That's why I can't unload them. And I'm not sure why I couldn't use them in that production, but I'm going to try to take them up here to the paper mill, sell this load off, and then go grab our bale trailer. I'm not going to get too much out of it, but since I can't use it for anything else, we'll just see if it's going to be worth anything at all. This should be where we take it. Unstrap it. It's not going to take. Maybe these deadwoods are just not sellable. Let me turn on some super strength and try to drop one off. Oh, maybe, you know what? I just saw something. Drop, let go, let go. Maybe if I click up here, it'll take it. Oh yeah, that was easy. Only $238. Wow. Well, that's not worth anything. So really doing the deadwood's probably not really worth it. But then again, 238 bucks. Now that was maybe 2 trees worth. Take those 2 trees times maybe, say 10 trees out of a deadwood contract. I mean, you can get a little bit out of it. I'm going to drop this trailer off. We're actually going to get rid of this trailer because this trailer is leased. And there's no need to keep it because it was the old Universal Auto Load. So I need to get a new one for the update to take effect. I'll just go ahead, drop this off. We'll just return it to the shop. And we will hop up here and pick up our bale trailer. As you can tell, we're still not really producing too much here. We don't even have 1 pallet of furniture available yet. But we do have that grass field ready to bale again, and it looks like the sawmill back there has a couple stacks of lumber ready. We'll probably just take that to our new garage that we're building. So we're going to get a lot of money out of these bales. I can keep some of our products to try to keep building up our farm. Let's check as we drive by our sunflower field. Yeah, it looks like it's pretty good. I don't see any spots where it was storm damaged. That doesn't mean there's not some in there, but nothing that I can see from this distance. Let me get up to the farmer's market and load up those bales and try to get that 60,000 out of it. Alright, first load of bales loaded up. Got some floaters there, but that's okay. In here, see if I can get in here good enough. Try to get them all sold off at once. Yes. 37,000 out of that. Come over here, try to get some more. Oh, those up in the air might be too high. Let me spin around, see if I can get them. I did end up resetting this trailer. I'd forgot. This was still the old Universal Auto Load, so I figured I had the same problem with that. So it's working like it's supposed to now. You get in here. Come on, come on. Come on, bales. Well, shucks. There we go. There. Bring these all down. There. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Back in. Spin this thing around, and we should have... I'm not sure if we're going to quite hit that 60,000 mark or not. We're going to be getting close, but this trailer's not near as full as the first one. There we go. Yep, we are over 60,000. Perfect. So we'll be able to pay that down on the loan. let me go back. We'll bale up that straw that we had from our wheat field. We're going to hold off. We have until the end of October to have the loan paid off or lose the farm. So I'm going to go ahead and keep the wheat. It'll be a higher price come October. And if I have to, even September will be better than here in July. So let me get back. We'll get that field baled real quick and see how much we can get out of our wheat bales. Well, here we are. We got our bale counter at 36 bales. We might get another one out of this field here. So I think we're going to have a pretty good profit in just bales in this episode. See if we can get that last one. Oh yeah, last one finished. Alright, so out of those 37 bales, let's check our time-saving stock check, and that's 185,000 liters of straw. Current value is 19,000. If we can wait a little while, it says January, we can't wait that long because our loan will be past due. But I think we could probably get maybe 22,000 if we wait a couple months with this straw. So I'm going to go ahead and store it to the side of the field somewhere. Let me get out of the field. There we go. All right, we'll get this thing put away. We'll get these bales off here. We are going to have to, continue to try to make money in future years. Just if we get the loan paid off, we still got to survive. So I do want to get this field tilled back up and hopefully seeded with something this fall so we have something to harvest in the springtime. But for right now, we're going to just go ahead and get these bales out of here. Well, I'm going to go ahead and grab our lumber that we have produced here at the sawmill. We're going to take that over to our garage, and that should finish things up for this day. See if I can load it on here good enough. I still haven't got the auto load quite figured out when it comes to those bales. It loads up just fine, it just doesn't want to unload like I want it to. But I'll go ahead and we'll load this up, we'll take this over and get it dropped off at our garage. Here we are at the new garage site. See if I can get these to unload easily. Perfect, there it is. So that'll start building now, and I have the 62,000. We still owe 170,000 on the loan, so let's go ahead and pay that 60,000 back. See, I don't want to borrow, I want to repay. All right, go ahead and pay it down. So we're pretty well out of money. There we go. Now we just owe another 110,000. I don't know if we're going to make it. Here we are in July, still 110,000 left. We may have around 60,000 of that available in the wheat that we just harvested. Welcome into the second half of July here on the farm that we're trying to save. My son's out with us today. He's gonna, get this field here all tilled up so we can get ready to plant it in a little bit. Want to try to get another good helping off of it, new crop. But what we need to do, a lot of people have told me, a lot of our neighbors here, that they're making a lot more money off of lettuce. So we're going to come in here and we're going to switch this thing over, and we're going to, instead of doing the tomatoes, we're going to shut that one off and we're going to start making lettuce. So alright, so that's all activated, that's doing its thing. We're going to hop over into our combine and we're going to actually combine the neighbor's field. He needs some help. He's going to pay us a little bit of money to do so. So I'm going to run over, hop in the combine and go do that. I wish this combine would have came with a longer hitch in the back. I can never be able to pull my head anywhere. I have to take it with me because it won't clear the trailer. Then I'll want to fall right off. But we're actually not going too far. We're just going right over here to this next field. It's an oat field, so let me hop in that field and we'll get that thing harvested. He's going to give us about $6,000 to it, so I'm happy with that. The bonus of this field is he's going to let us collect the straw on it, and we'll be able to sell it. Of course, we're still holding our straw bales from our own field. Got a little bit off of that, as you saw in the last episode, and it'll probably be September, I'm guessing, is when we'll go ahead and make the jump and sell that. We'll just add these bales to that collection. But this field, it's not too small of a field. It's not as big as our last field we harvested, but it'll be good. We should be able to get a little extra crop off of it. I'm hoping, at least. It's not going to be anything big, but add that to the $6,000 that he's going to pay us. That's something I can live with. Let me go ahead and finish this. We only have the $1,600 right now in our pocket. We still have $110,000 to go on our loan to be able to save this farm. So let me get this thing all harvested up. Well, I just ran back to the farm to grab a wagon. Looks like Josh, the boy, he's got a long ways to go over here. So he's really not able to help me right now. But we got the field, as you can see, 61% done. I just don't see it making a whole lot extra for us. I was kind of hoping it would, but I'm afraid it's just the yield's not the greatest. But we'll see. I mean, thankfully the place we're taking is just across the river. We don't have too far to go. Let me get this dropped off into the cart here and get back to finishing this field. One thing that I'm a little bummed by, I mean, I shouldn't be bummed about it, but I mean, this field here is directly across the creek from our farm, and there's not a little bit of storm damage that he experienced. Now, we had quite a few spots where it had wind and hail damage, but he had absolutely nothing. I mean, I have noticed a little bit, though, with our combine that it's, of course, not storm related, but it's starting to bog down a little bit in this dirt, you know, how it sinks in, and especially on turnarounds. I mean, the repair condition, I mean, it's not too bad a shape right now. It's got 35 hours on it, but I'm thinking it really does need to go to the shop and get a little tune-up work done, because right now we can only get 4, maybe 5 miles per hour turning around. I mean, that's just, should be able to turn around a little better than that. Like here, we're able to get up to 8, but then you'll get back in the field, it starts slowing down again. Of course, now we're lowering the head, so it's obviously going to slow down, but I mean, it should go a little better. So I think, you know, we only have the canola and sunflower fields left of our own crops. This combine should be able to get through that, and then after the loan hopefully is paid off in October or November, we'll be able to then have a little bit of money to start doing some upkeep on our own equipment. But this field here is just about finished up. We got, I think, 11,000 on the first one plus another 4, so we're around 15,000 liters. Not a whole lot, but I mean, hopefully there'll be a little extra out of that. Let me get this dropped off. We will run this to the elevator, get it sold, and see if we can make a little something off of it. Alright, let's see what kind of extra money we can receive out of this. Hopefully it's enough to finish the contract at least. Only 80% done now, but I think once we dump this in, that should complete it. That'll bring us another 6,000 for the contract, and hopefully a little bit extra out of the oats. Let's see. Not gonna be much. There we go, a little bit. 1,900, that's pretty good. Add that to the rest of it, and it'll give us another 6,800. All right, we actually still have this deadwood field from the other day, you know, before the storm that we were working on. We'll go ahead and collect it as well. There we go. All right, all of our contracts are complete. We'll get back, grab the baler, and start baling that field. But now we're up to 12,000. So I mean, we could actually maybe pay some on the loan before we jump into the month of August. But let me get back and we'll start baling. I am a little nervous that I could have screwed up. I collected his money before I came back and baled his straw, so I'm not sure if it's going to take it or not. It is, good. I noticed the straw was still here, so that was a good sign, but I mean, once I collected his money, I didn't know if he was going to let me keep taking it, but it's still working, so I will go ahead and I will take every bit of it. I reset the counter, so we'll get to see how many, but let me get all this baled up and see what we come up with at the end. Well, there we have it. Looks like 15 bales. Didn't quite get that 16th one, but it was close enough. I'll go put this thing away, and then I will grab the trailer, get these bales loaded out of here, and add those to our collection over by the farm. And then I might see if there's any crops that we can plant in that field that Josh is over there plowing up right now. So let's go find out. While Josh is finishing up plowing that field, I've decided to try to move some loose ends here. I've got our wood beams. We're going to take that to our new garage we're building, and we got 2 pallets of furniture. We will add that to the tomatoes and take that up to the farmer's market. There's actually nothing to plant in the month of July that I'm interested in, so we're going to wait till next month, and then we're going to plant that big field in canola again. Just like we got the little field past it. Plus, the little field should be ready to harvest next month. I'm going to run this up to the garage, and this should be the last thing it needs right now for the next step of construction. We do have quite a pile of straw bales there on our left. Let me get over there to the garage and drop this one bundle of wood beams off. Alright, here we go with the wood beams. Unhook those. Boom. Strap those two back up and grab the tomatoes. That should be everything we need for that first step. So we should be able to start seeing things come up on the walls. I'm hoping. It's the first time we've built anything here on the farm, and everything else came when we got the farm. But let me grab these tomatoes. We don't look like we have any lettuce yet. But the tomatoes should bring us some good money as well. Boom. Strapped in, ready to go. I'll get up to the farmer's market, sell what we've got. Alright, here we are at the farmer's market. Let's see what we can do with all this. I mean, the furniture should be good pay. Yeah, $20,915. Wow, that furniture is really good pay. Let's see if anything is set up inside right about now. Yes, maybe. Well, there's a few tomatoes. There's our tomatoes that we're selling. Looks like some maybe more tomatoes down below there. Not seen any of the furniture yet, but there's our other tomatoes. Everybody's got some tomatoes, so good. Alright, well, we'll get back to the farm. There's really not much more to do in July, so as soon as Josh is finished up plowing that field, we will skip ahead and we will be in the month of August. See you next month. Well, here we are in August, and we have started construction of our new garage. Weird, we only brought lumber to it, but hey, there's cement foundation down. That's interesting how that works, but hey, I'm happy. Something's being done, but as you can look at the bottom there, we need 10,000 cement bags. Ouch, that's going to be hard. We need some planks long, but we have a sawmill up on the hill. That's producing that, so we should be okay with the lumber. But we do have a couple pallets of lettuce here, but our canola field is ready, so we're going to hop in the combine. We're going to start doing that, along with planting this in canola as well. So let's get in the field and get started. Well, I think Josh is tired of not doing the harvesting, so he wanted to hop in and actually go ahead and do that on that canola field. So I'm going to let him. He's going to be harvesting that. I'm going to start seeding this field here, and hopefully we got the canola working like it's supposed to. Well, after doing a little bit of switching back and forth, I was finally able to get the lines to appear. So now I can do this with GPS lines. But the son up there, he's doing really good. He's already, looks like he's almost through the field once, one round around it. So it won't take very long. It'll take me a lot longer to do this field. But I'll just keep working at this field till he is done over there, and then we'll go help him haul off the grain. Well, I'm actually going to try to help out the neighbor, the one we just harvested for. The field over there, the oats. He's looking for some work now, so he's doing that. Since we helped him, he's going to help us. That's why our money's going to go down just a little bit in the top right. That'll be his wage, but it's not too bad. Then we're going to come over here and unload the combine and probably store it in our bin, because I really doubt this is a good price. Let me check the prices real quick and find out. As you can see, nothing we have right now is really going to be a good time to sell it. We're going to wait for the wheat for, let's see, until January. We can't wait that long, so we'll have to sell that probably in a month or two. And then our straw, we're going to try to, it's also January, we're going to try to make it a couple more months. But right now, what we really need to see is how much the canola is selling for. And August is a bad time. If we can hold off till to November, it looks like that's going to be the best time. So that is what we're going to try to do. Make it till either October or November, somewhere in there, and get that sold off. But I'll go ahead, we'll unload this combine when he's done, take it to our grain bin, and store it for a couple months. Welcome in to the second half of September. Here I'm just running down to the farmer's market with some of the products we have. We got like 6 pallets of lettuce, a bunch of furniture, and some bales. And the reason we're trying to make some money is in this episode, I want to go ahead and lease some new equipment. I want a plow, a bigger tractor. Of course, we have to get a bigger tractor since we lost our first tractor on the first episode, that big John Deere. Well, to really pull any kind of plow, you need a bigger tractor than what we have now. So we're going to do those. We're also going to get a rock picker, because with our garage that we're working on building, I need some cement. And to get the cement, I need to get some stones. So that is my goal. So let me just head into town real quick, drop this stuff off. Here we are at the farmer's market. Go ahead and unhook all this and see what we can get. All right, all that's sold. Oh boy, 53,000. Well, that's a big head start. So now we'll go ahead and we will take this tractor back and I will see what I can get leased to be able to do some of those plowing contracts. All right, these are the plowing contracts we're looking at. This field here, I mean, at 20,000, I will go ahead. I will select that. We're not going to borrow the items because we're going to get our own equipment for that, and then hop on the other one so it doesn't disappear on us, because it's actually worth even more money. Let's scroll down here. Looks like 26,944, almost 27,000. So we got both those selected. I will go ahead and we will hop in here and lease the tractors we need. We got this big Massey Ferguson 4000 series. Go ahead with that one. That's one of the cheaper prices. We've got to go for the largest horsepower. Oops, switch some Michelin tires, some wides. And we do need to get the 3-point. The reason for the 3-point, the plow we're going to be using needs 3-point. So I'll go ahead and lease that. Let's see what the total of that's going to cost me. 11,000 to get it started. So I don't think we need it more than maybe 2 hours tops. So that won't be too bad. Hop out of here and we will go to the plow I need. Oh, if I don't click all the way out. Alright, plows. There they are. Alright, should be the very bottom one. We're going to go with this one. And we'll go to the 12 meter. And it needs 340 horsepower. So of course our new Massey Ferguson is going to be big enough for that. But we also need that rock picker. We only have a couple to choose from. Of course we want the largest one. And it only needs 170 horsepower. So that'll be more than easy enough for our AGCO tractor here. So I'll go ahead, run this thing down, have my son hop on that new Massey Ferguson and get it to the field as well. Alright, here we are at the bank. In a couple months I'm going to have to stop here and hopefully have enough money to satisfy the banker. Let me go ahead and hook this up. I know there's some bigger ones out there available, but we're trying to do as much realistic as we can on this series without going too crazy. I mean, granted, I would love to have a much larger stone picker, but this is what we're going to use, so it's going to have to be good enough. Let me get it down to the field. All right, picking up stones here. He's going ahead plowing, so hopefully I can do a few headlands here as he plows the field. I don't know how many stones we're going to get. I mean, I know the production I'm looking at needs as many stones as possible to produce that cement. Let me get some of this picked up here and see how it looks. Well, as I'm picking up stones here, I realize something. As I am going through picking up the stones, he was at 18%, and the more I go, his number actually started to drop. So what I'm doing, I am deleting his plowed state. So we'll never get this contract done if I continue picking this up. So what I'm going to have to do, I'm going to have to just pull off the field here and let him finish this field, and then I'll pick up the stones when he is finished. If not, we'll never complete the contract because I'll just go through and delete it all. Which I guess we could have just kept going through and picking up more stones, but we don't want to do that. So I'll just park this here and let him finish up first. As we wait for him to finish up that last field of plowing, we do have quite a few stones. We're going to go ahead and put in, let me zoom in here so I make sure I dump it, get it in the right spot. If we go sideways here, it should work. This is the production we're going to use for the cement factory. Go here right about there. Try to get it out of the way the best we can. There we go. Alright, this will work to produce our cement bags. All we need is stones, it looks like. We could also use wood chips to make cement. Not sure how that would work, but it does say wood chips does work. But we'll go ahead and bring in the stones as soon as we're all done picking them, and we'll get started. And we can also, of course, make lime, which we don't need right now, but I do need some actual fertilizer. I've been trying to save some money to be able to fertilize our field here, so I will go put a little bit more fertilizer here in our tank and be able to fertilize this field as we wait for him to finish up. Alright, so we don't spend too much money. I'm going to back that down and get maybe, oh boy, 2,000 liters. That should be enough. 2,000 liters, solid fertilizer, $3,500. go ahead and put what we can in it, and we'll get to fertilizing this field right here. Well, it is going down pretty fast, so I kind of think the 2,000 liters isn't going to quite be enough. It'll get us pretty close, maybe end up buying another 1,000 liters, and this field will be finished. Well, I am no good with guessing on how much fertilizer I'm going to need. I didn't even quite use 1,000 liters, and then I thought I was going to need another one. But this field's almost finished, and after thinking about it, I think I'm going to need the wood chips also to make that cement, and not just the rocks. So now I'm going to have to find some kind of production, or at least equipment, to be able to make wood chips as well, which we got plenty of trees. I just really didn't want to do that step. I was kind of hoping that I could use a regular cement factory and just use the rocks, but apparently that's not going to work with the production I went with. So I will go ahead, try to find something to make some wood chips as well, and get that set up and make them both. Well, I decided to increase our plank output and also get the wood chips at the same time. I'm just going to go ahead with this basic sawmill mod that was been edited to allow me to also get wood chips and also increase our production, because we're not getting very much out of the other. So this is going to take almost everything we have on money, but now we can produce more planks and get our sawdust or wood chips at the same time. So let me get some trees in here and then get this thing fired up. Alright, now that we got that sawmill fired up, we're going to run these rocks. This is what we got out of those two fields. 21,690. That's enough stones to keep us going for a while. But let's go up to the house, get these dropped off, and start making something. Hopefully we'll have some wood chips soon, so it'll actually turn into cement. But let me get this slowly back to the house. This tractor's a little bit small for this much weight. Alright, let's see how to get this backed in just right. I think the wood chips are actually used to heat this plant. If I read things right, there, the stones. I'm not sure how much this will hold. Hopefully it'll hold the whole thing. So I have use for this trailer again, because we're going to need this trailer, one for the wood chips, but also to be able to go across the street and do our sunflowers as soon as those are ready. Let's see if it'll take it all here. It might. It's taking quite a bit. Come on, a little bit more. Well, perfect. Alright, that's good. We'll get this thing out of the way, and we'll run up and hopefully have a pallet of wood chips soon. Well, I ended up not getting my first pallet last month, so we had to jump ahead to October. But this is our first 1,000 liters of it. We'll run that over and start making those cement bags, so hopefully we can get one soon. I'm not sure if our sunflower field is ready. It looks like it might be ready too. We might be able to go ahead and harvest that as well. But I'll run this over to our cement production and drop this off, and I'll have my son grab the combine, which looks like he's coming down the road right now with the tractor, and he will grab the combine and go start harvesting those sunflowers. Now here in October, this is the month where we're supposed to start selling some items to be able to get that loan paid off. We do have, looks like, 4 pallets of lettuce ready, so that'll be a good start. And I will run this wagon down to be able to offload the combine when he gets enough of the sunflowers loaded up. And hopefully we'll have our first pallet of cement very soon. I'm not sure how fast that production does, but I think I was looking at it could do at least 2 pallets in a month, maybe 3. But I don't have enough wood chips here right now, so I definitely need some more wood chips. Let me get back to the field and we'll help him out. Well, as we begin our final harvest here on Saving the Farm, we're going to see if we can pull it off today and get everything we need to be able to pay what's remaining on our $110,000 loan. My son right now is working on our last field here, our sunflowers, so let's get this field harvested real quick and see what we can end up having in the end. We'll probably go ahead and just sell this straight to market since, we only have 1 more month to have everything paid off. So let him finish this field up and we'll get whatever we can get out of this, and we will take it right into town and get it sold and then go from there. We got a lot of bales, a lot of other crops in our grain bins that we can sell. So hopefully we got enough without having to do too many contracts. I mean, there might be some contracts, because as you can tell, there are several cultivating and deadwood contracts, but I mean, nothing really big on dollars. I mean, we got a few cultivating that can get 7,000, but nothing to really pop enough to really make me feel comfortable making enough. Here, like 9,000, but I am not doing green beans. It'd take way too long. Oh, there's a $15,000 plowing contract. Too bad we don't have a really big plow anymore. We got rid of all that, but another stone picking for 10,000. But you know what? I think we actually have a couple contracts we can complete. Yeah, let's go ahead and collect those from the last episode. We didn't collect these. I forgot all about them. I mean, that's close to $50,000 between those two. So sweet. Well, we got some money now in the bank. That $53,000, that's going to really help on that $110,000. But let me have him finish this field. We'll get it loaded off into this wagon and take it to town. As he's working that sunflower field, I hopped over here to our sawmills to see how they're coming along. We actually have quite a few pallets of small planks we can take. But, of course, our original sawmill, it's still not really producing anything. It's got plenty of wood in there, but it's just so slow compared to the modded sawmill over here. We can come over here later and grab these planks. I'm not sure what they're going to bring us. Hopefully quite a little bit of money. Then we run up here. We actually just have one pallet of furniture ready, but that's okay. I mean, the furniture does bring us a lot of money, and it looks like furniture inside 831. So it won't be too long till we actually have another pallet of furniture available as well. But either way, let me run across the street again and wait for this field to be finished. Well, some good news is we are going to have over 10,000 liters of sunflowers, and coming in at $2,300 per thousand on the liter side, we are actually going to come in with some pretty good money. Well over 20,000, maybe 25 when it's all said and done. If I can stay on my line here to keep unloading the combine like I should, but it's still going up, and I'm not sure just how much he still has in the combine. We'll soon find out as we reach the very end. All right, that must have been it. 13,000. Well, let me get this thing to the sell point. We actually have a grain elevator that has the best price. Like I said, over $2,300. That's pretty good. This is actually one of the best sell prices, and it's odd to have such a good sell price at harvest time. But I was quite happy to see that sunflowers does sell really good here in the month of October. But let me get to town and get this thing sold off and see what we can end up coming up with. Like right now we're at 53,000. We need 110,000. Here we are at the place that the locals call the Grain River Silo. I call it Show Me the Money. So let's see what we can get out of this here. Stop. All right. Now we still should be bringing a little bit bigger tractor than our little Deutz, but it got us here safely. Let's see what it'll bring in. Money sure is going up. Let's see, $30,943. That is good money. Good money. Let me get back and we'll see if we have anything else we can sell today. I have all those straw bales. We'll probably go ahead and sell the straw bales today. And then we will wait for whatever grain we have left. We have all that wheat from our wheat field. I would like to try to sell it at the best amount of money we can get out of it. So let's get back to the farm. Now that we're back to the farm, I decided to grab the bigger Agco here. Ooh, got a little bump there. I'm not sure what that is. Oh well, we hit it. Let me go ahead and load up a full load of these bales. Oh, sorry, I gotta stop the tractor. Gotta remember to stop. Don't want them to fall over, because they seem to fall over quite a bit on their own anyhow. Let me load up a full load, and we will take these up to the farmer's market. Since they are close by and we have so many bales, I think probably 2 loads we should be able to get them all on here. Alright, let me head to the farmer's market and see what each one of these loads are going to bring us. I do enjoy the looks of the trees here in fall time. Like little amber colors, some orange, some yellows, just beautiful. And then, of course, still some of the greens still sticking around. I think probably November you're going to see a lot less leaves on the trees. But right now, very pretty, especially right here along the river. A little fog down on the river banks. Let me get up this hill here and get to the market. The trees really look nice up on the hillside in front of us there. That's beautiful. You can see all the colors all in a line. But all right, let's see if I can. There, perfect. Unload. Oh, got them all. All right, 14,000 for that load. Not a whole lot, but I mean we're at 99,000. We only needed 110. So I'm guaranteeing we're going to be able to make this happen. With our extra bales that we have now, that could maybe get us to the 110. If not, we still have the wheat to do. So let me go back. We'll get the last load of the bales and bring them up here. Here we are back with our second load, and as you can tell, we're just one bale short of being clear full. So not too bad. Should be able to make just about what we made on the first one. Unstrap, sell it off. There we go. Ta-da! 115,000. We are now enough money in the bank to pay off that loan. But we're not going to do it just yet. We're going to go back to the farm and we're going to sell the grains we have in the month of November. See you next month. Well, here we are in the month of November with our 18,000 liters of wooden planks. I got up this morning, I went out to our cement production and thinking, you know what, we should have several cement bags now. Then I realized I forgot to turn it on. So we have none. Not one cement bag for that garage that we were building. But we're running these down to the museum up here. We're going to sell all these off and see what we can get out of them. It's a pretty close location, and I think for this many, that's good enough. We'll just go close by. So let me run in these and see what we can get out of them. Alright, here we go. One strap, and see if we can get them all in one pass. 73,000. Wow, we're getting even closer to $200,000 in the bank. Well, let's run back and grab a wagon so we can start selling our grain crops off. Out of the whole year we've been here, we have not got more than just a little half pallet of honey, and that is all of the eggs that we've been able to produce. Ridiculous. Our eggs are not our eggs, but our chickens are not doing very good. But we actually have quite a bit of lettuce here we could load up and sell off as well. As you can tell right up there, there's still no cement bags. That's still sad that I forgot to activate that. We did run out of water here. That's why it's not producing anymore. But load all these up. Oh, went a little bit too far for that last pallet. There we go. Perfect. 6,000 liters of these. We'll park this real quick and we will grab the other tractor and start loading the grain out. Well, each wagon holds 24,500 liters, and we had over 60,000 liters of wheat in our grain bin. So I'm going to run these down to the elevator real quick, and when I get the last one sold off, we'll see how much money we ended up getting in the wheat. See you in just a moment. Here we are back at the elevator with our final load of wheat. And oddly enough, load number 2, being the same as load number 1 on size, made $9 more than the first one. Which made me think back to FS17, when if you didn't sell it all at once, the market demand would drop and it would be not worth as much later down the road. So you'd always try to sell all at one time with a bigger trailer or the train, but not let the money stop rolling. Either way, this is going to be our grand total. I will pop that up on the screen, and we will head back right now, grab the son, and we will run down to the Mr. Banker Man and pay him off. Alright, this is going to be a great day getting this loan paid off. Just down the road, we still actually have all those heads of lettuce to sell that we could sell, that we just don't need the money right now. We also have a little bit of furniture up on the hill. But let me get down to the banker and pay the man off. Well, here's the bank, and if we have any money there at the end, maybe my son and I can run over to the cafe and get a quick breakfast. But right now, we're going to go to this monstrous place. Hopefully we'll never have to borrow money again. You know what? I'm not even planning on being there very long. We're not even going to park in a spot. Let's run in and pay him off, son. All right, let's go ahead with the repayment. Get it down to $0. Perfect. We no longer owe him any money, and we still have $145,000. Well, son, we did it. Let's go across the street and get us some breakfast. Well, guys, that should do it for now. We sure appreciate you all and all your support for the channel. We were able to save the farm. And a special thank you to L Family Gaming Dad and RamboHackerGaming for being members of the channel. And until next time, guys, have a blessed day and bye-bye.
The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender.